The way that I build creativity is through the 3X process. I'm not trying to teach you guys how to be toxic, have 3 X's. I know we're in LA for the weekend, but it's all right. So number 1 is expose, right? This is just seeing the new movement, seeing the new style, seeing the new technique, all right? This can come naturally. So a lot of us grew up watching and 1, and you just start to implement some of that. What are you guys' favorite players? Somebody give me the favorite player, or who they grew up watching. What did you guys take from their games? How to split a double team. Who's your favorite, you said? Perfect, D-Wade. Footwork? What about the footwork?
The way he would go into his fades, or when he would pump fake, and then...
Okay, so like mid-post type stuff?
Yeah, one-legged stuff from Steve Nash.
Tony Parker, what'd you take from him?
Like 2 legs, getting on 2 legs. When he didn't
Nice, so playing off 2. So again, you guys can start to see, and everyone went through this process, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, we watch our favorite players, and then just naturally we're like, oh, I'm starting to use some of these techniques. But the first part of that is just seeing this, being exposed to it. Same thing with multi-sport athletes. You grow up playing soccer, you grow up playing, football, you grow up playing any other sport, you're seeing more movements, you're trying more movements, but now you're starting to add more of these to the movement bank. All right, so you're just being exposed to more movements and styles of movement. All right, so there are a few ways to do it. This one's kind of the easiest one, but I do think we have to supplement this with athletes sometimes. Number 1 is just, or really all of this is observational learning. Under that, number 1 is just film. I think a lot of young athletes don't watch enough basketball. And it sounds crazy, but like I'll ask a few of them, and I'm like, yo, you guys been watching March Madness at all? And they're like, bro, what? Like, no, I'm just hooping, bro. It's like, yes, but the more we watch players play, the more we see the game played, the more we're able to just implicitly pick up, the more techniques we see, even if we're not actually explicitly thinking about these things as we're watching it. So maybe you didn't actually think, oh, Tony Parker plays off 2 a lot, I'm gonna try to implement that. Or maybe, oh, I'm gonna try to go in the gym and work on that Kobe footwork. You start to see it, and then it just kind of implicitly or just secretly kind of sneaks up on you, and you start implementing that. Same thing with just regular hoop, right? It doesn't have to be watching one of the all-time greats. It can just be watching the level you want to get to, right? If you're a high school player or you're working with a high school player, have them watch more college hoops, because then they just start to see these things. They start to get exposed to these things that are going to help them apply them and then eventually play at that next level, right? So film, I think, is huge. I think just encouraging athletes to watch more. I think showing them. So one of the big things that I've been doing is literally just having film of pretty much everything we're going to work on in a training environment, showing them so they see it and they have something to pull from. Training with others is another big one. This is one reason why I love groups, is because every time you work with another athlete, you see how they're solving those problems, right? So if I'm doing a drill by myself, whatever it may be, I'm really coming up with one way to solve this problem. Whereas if I'm working with 10 other guys and girls in a room, I'm seeing, okay, they do it this way, they do it that way, they put their foot here. And again, this doesn't have to be explicitly, this doesn't have to be me thinking about these things or the athlete thinking about these things, but this can be just kind of picking up on these. A lot of this stuff, I promise you guys, happens implicitly, right? The athlete will see another athlete doing it, and then they just naturally start to pick it up. So this is one reason why I like having younger guys train with older guys in the gym, because they start to see how they solve these problems, and then they just naturally start to implement these things. Another one here I love is follow the leader, all right? So this is pretty much just like a practical, cool sounding version of horse. Give me 2 people. You can use any 3 moves you want, follow him. Exactly what he does. You can get into any pull-up, you can get into any floater, whatever you want, any 3 moves you want, and you're trying to throw him off just like you would in horse. 1. Cool. All right, imitate that. Do it again. Let's go. That always happens, I promise you. That was a completely different move. I'll take it though. There you go. Missed out on one, but we good. Run it back, one more. All right, now you got to mess them up with this one. Mind you, they're a little cold, so it's not, full speed. Good. All right, now, let's say my man Dojo right here threw out a random move that Matt had never seen. Now he's exposed to it. Now he's trying it. Matt was not only seeing it, but he's now exploring those solutions. So he's trying them out. Now he's not trying them out on defense, which will be next, but now he's exploring them. So this one's just having the freedom to try these things out in kind of a safe, controlled environment. All right, so you don't have crazy amount of defense on you, maybe a little bit here and there, we'll talk about that. But this is just kind of seeing it, registering these in your movement bank, and then now trying them out, right? So Matt tried out that move, and now he's exploring it. So there are a few ways to do this. Freestyles, all right? Somebody mentioned this. Who mentioned this when I asked you guys? Yes, all right? This is one of my favorites because it's literally just allowing full freedom or almost full freedom to explore your movements, all right? So first one we'll do, I know you guys are a little cold, any dribble moves you want to half court. And then you guys will roll it back down, the next group will go. Literally any dribble moves you want. Solid. That one's just full freedom, no constraints. They're just exploring everything. All right, maybe they saw some moves earlier in the day, maybe they're watching some film, maybe now they're trying those things out, they're exploring these. Now, what we're gonna do is add constraints to it. So now I say, maybe Matt, maybe Rocky aren't good at moving laterally with the ball. I want them to explore new solutions. All right, you guys have to go from the lane line to the other lane line on the way here. So it's like a zigzag. What I don't want you to do is turn and go here. So your chest or the front of your shirt is facing me the entire time. Let's see it. Boy, Rocky looking shifty. All right, so now what are we doing? We're adding constraints. Maybe I want to see them trying something new, right? Again, I identify a problem. They're pretty bad at moving side to side. Obviously, I don't know that. But maybe I identify that. I see, all right, I want them to still have the freedom to explore these solutions, but I want them constrained in a way where I can now target a certain skill. All right, now you guys are going to have to change speeds every 3 dribbles. So you can go fast, fast, fast if you want to, but the only rule is that every 3 dribbles there has to be some semblance of a change of speed. All right, first group, let's see it. Now you guys can't take any regular dribbles, so everything has to be a move just flowing into that next move. Let's see it. What do you guys notice here? What was I targeting on those? First one's a little bit more obvious. Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad we got that one. What's the second one? Flow. Yeah, I think that's a good word. It's hard to define. Okay, on the first one, yes, for sure. Right, all right, exactly. So a lot of what we saw in Kyrie, and I think this is a quality that we should train more, is being able to transition one move or one movement even into the next one. Like Kyrie, you'll see him getting downhill, and the next thing you know, he's quickly transitioning that into something else. Same thing there, all right? And I notice that's a problem with a lot of players who are a little bit more robotic. All right, so again, freestyles, but then adding in constraints, because sometimes if we just say go freestyle, it's way too broad. We're not targeting anything, all right? We're not giving them a certain solution, or problem to solve or a specific enough of one. So this is how I create a little bit more of a specific one. Second one, and this is what I'm talking about when I say we're going to be showing you guys some crazy shit, is differential learning. So what this is, in a very short sense, is putting athletes in extremely weird situations, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, to help them pick up on different solutions, all right, to solve different problems, and overall just get better as a problem solver. So let's see. Matt, I know you can shoot, bro. All right, come out. You are going to have your feet as wide as possible and staggered here, all right, at the 3-point line. Come on, bro. We're not shooting mid-range. All right, wide as possible. So you're here, all right? Whenever I pass it to you, you get into a quick hop as quick as you can into the shot, all right? Keeping them wide, though. I should have specified that. All right, keep them wide. A little bad pass. All right, now they're going to be good. That's what I want. Now they're going to be as narrow as possible. All right, shoot from there. Let's go. All right, solid. Move around a little bit. Shoot it. All right, now keep it high when I throw it to you. So what am I doing here? Let's keep going. What am I doing here? Anybody got anything? Variability, adaptability. Okay, these are key words. I'm putting him in weird-ass positions, all right? And I posted this on Instagram a while back, and I think the main thing that I got was like, well, are they ever going to do this in a game? Anybody see the issue with that, or what I would respond to that with? You don't count. It will have, I agree. I agree that some stuff will happen. What if you have to pick up the ball from the ground, right? Are we not going to be prepared for that? But I think even past that, because I could have showed some weirder shit that we definitely don't do in a game. But why is it okay sometimes to do stuff that we don't necessarily see in the game?
It just makes it more challenging. The game is unpredictable.
Love it. Unpredictability, right? So we have to be able to adapt to any situation. What did you say?
It makes it more challenging. Like if it's a perfect pass every time, it might just be too easy.
100%. So just finding ways to create challenge. I heard variability, right? So again, I was in here earlier, and Mike and I think Josh was there too. I was just shooting corner threes. They're like, damn, bro, why don't you miss? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm shooting the same shot every time, right? This is what we talk about a lot, block versus variable practice. Pretty simple concept, but you see it in action, right? If you switch up that shot every single time, it's a little bit tougher to then recalculate and make that work. I think the big thing here is, again, let's go back to the basis of what creativity is, right? Giving them a problem to solve. And doing that just builds their problem-solving ability. I had Josh on my podcast, and I said, all right, what makes the best athletes? He said they're professional problem solvers. They're the best at solving problems. All right? That stuck with me, and I think that's the simplest way to think about this. Give them a problem to solve. The better they are at solving any problem you give them, not only the better or the more adaptable of an athlete they'll be, but just the overall better of an athlete or a hooper they'll be. All right? Third one is constraint-based drills here. All right, who is athletic enough to do this? I knew you. Yeah, all right. You guys are in for a surprise. So, you're a 1 foot guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fucking flies off 1 foot. All right, what you're gonna do is jump from the outside of the paint and try to finish on the other side of the rim off of 2 feet. All right, however you want to get into it for now.
Outside the paint.
Yes, sir, outside the paint. Easy. All right, now somebody who's not a Skywalker, try it. Let's get it. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. That's self-awareness right there. Yeah! But we're going to keep going with this. What did you guys notice? All right, what was his technique? What solution did he use to try that? Yeah, he used a lot of English. Why? Because he fucking had to. Same thing here, right? You can't just go up and extend when you're trying to jump. You need that extra little bit of momentum on that ball to get it up on there, right? Anything else? Notice how he kind of rotated here to try to extend out. So now you're seeing he's exploring these things. But if I had someone else do it, I had Pat do it, he comes up, he turns the other way. All right? Now they're doing it together. Imagine they're in a group workout. They see each other doing it, and now they're trying each other's solutions. So you guys are starting to see how this comes into play. Next one here, give me somebody new. Touch the net and then finish. All right, let's see. So we'll do this. You're coming in like off a backdoor cut. I'll give you a pass into it. You're touching the net and finishing. It's got to be off 2 feet. All right. All right, let's try it again. Now try it without a dribble. Yep. Give you a little shitty pass. Not bad. All right, try again. Now try the other side. Good, not bad. All right, notice how now I'm implementing something where I'm giving him a different timing every time. So the first on the other side, and this may just be him as an athlete, he's catching 1, 2. He's got the time. Second one, the other side, what'd he do? Anybody pick that up? Quick hop. He didn't have time to catch, load, and jump. He catches it, it's late, he has to quick pop, right? So now, purposely, me as the coach, I'm trying to give him different timings, different problems to solve, and he's trying to solve them, right? It's all the same stuff. So you guys are starting to see how we're just giving them an environment to explore these problems. I'm not saying, hey, go up and do this quick pop off the ground. I'm putting him in a situation, an environment that's gonna force him to do this. If we put them in a situation to explore, and then we give them the solutions, there's no point in doing it. It's like going to, and I think I may have given this same analogy last year, going to the weight room with one of your buddies, and you're like, all right, let's try this new max here on the bench press, all right? First, they get it up, they start to go down, it's a little bit difficult. You say, no, I got it. There's no growth there. Same thing here. If you put them in a situation to stress themselves, to explore, to learn, and then you just give them the answer by saying, well, number one, by constraining them and saying, oh, don't try that, that you wouldn't do that in a game. Or number two, by giving them something too quickly where I'm saying, hey, try a 1 dribble pull-up. Hey, maybe try a wrap into it. Now I'm just giving them the solutions that I want them to find themselves. All right, so again, cueing too early can also stifle the creativity. If I'm just throwing cues at them, chances are they're probably not learning themselves. They become dependent on me. And I don't want an athlete that's sitting there looking at me in a game for the answers, right? We want athletes who are professional problem solvers who can go out and find these answers themselves, find these solutions themselves. So now, last one. Expose is what? They see the movement. They're exposed to the movement. Explore is trying the movement. Now, express is doing that in a live situation. But for real, this is where the creativity comes to life. This is where they're able to try these in a live environment, right? So you expose them, you let them explore, and then now we're actually expressing this in a live situation. Let's go, back over here. Need y'all again. All right, so while they're walking over there, these are live environments with real problem solving. So everything else up to now is more so anticipatory. We're preparing them for it. Now they're doing it, all right? So they've picked up these potential solutions that they can use. Now they're going to try it out. So this can be anything from playing 5-on-5, so playing a real game. This can be 3-on-3 down the spectrum. This can be 1-on-1. Show you one of these. And these can be constraint-based, contested shooting, finishing, so even more of a controlled environment. Give me 2 people at the free throw line. So you're going to be going almost like you did. And you guys are going to see how things start to build up a little bit. So remember the one we did where we're going side to side? You're just going side to side, elbow to elbow. Okay. All right, so you're mirroring him. You're staying in front. Now, you're going side to side. We'll start off whenever I say go. You're exploding downhill. You got 2 dribbles to get to the rim and finish. All right? So be creative. Really cover ground laterally. Find different solutions each time. Go! Yeah, that's good, D. Instead of me saying go, you choose when to go.
Okay.
All right? Nice. Yeah, that's sneaky right there. All right, good. So without them just getting into a full-out battle, you guys see now how, let's say we train that kind of lateral movement side to side. They explore those solutions. Now they're actually playing in a live environment where they can take what they just did in the freestyle and then apply that onto defense.